want you up in the camera here. This way. Right in the eye. Here. Take it easy now. No, this way. Hold it that way.
Quiet, please! Quiet! Introduction will be brief because you are that, and I'm here for that purpose to give it to you. Main event, 15 rounds, principles, presenting sensational Californian and former world heavyweight champion, Max Baer. His worthy opponent, the new sensational pugilistic product, although colored, he stands out in the same class with Jack Johnson and Sam Langford, the idol of his people, none other than Joe Louis. Beer! Beer! 2, 10. Right. Louis, 1, 99. Referee of the Donovan. Judges, George Leitron, Charlie Lynch. Spirit soaking speed big. Clean or
I'm going to ask you.
Yankee Stadium, 1935. Max Baer taking on Joe Louis for the heavyweight championship. Baer, a former world heavyweight champion, lost it in his first defense.
All right, boys. Bring it up now.
Max Baer, of course, sporting the Star of David on the left leg of his trunks. Joe Louis, a very, very economical mover, wastes very little, very hard puncher too. Baer trying to unsettle him very early on by rushing him. Joe Louis looking for openings with that left hand of his, trying to prise Baer open. Baer sticks out his left hand looking for range. Seeing the left hand of Joe Louis doing the damage here, picking up the points. Well, Maxie Baer's got no answer to that left hand of Joe Louis. As you can see here, Baer is appreciably the bigger man of the two. 6 feet 2.5 inches tall. Well, an unloading of punches here from Maxie Baer. Catches Louis with his head in this opening session. Scheduled for 15 rounds, of course. And a war has ensued here between these two men. And Joe Louis' short, sharp punches on the inside there, having ridden the storm here from Maxie Baer. Now Baer doing all he can to try and assuage these punches from Joe Louis. Louis only a half an inch shorter, but looks so much smaller as the bell ends the first round. Into round two we go then. Joe Louis versus the former heavyweight champion, Max Baer. Baer from California originally. Joe Louis, of course, from Detroit, Michigan. Again, that lovely left hand from Joe Louis. of course known as the Brown Bomber. And one problem here I think Bear is having is he's presenting quite a lot of the target to Joe Louis. Most of the time, right shoulder's quite far forward. Louis, as you can see, is giving a very slim profile here to Bear. And of course, the reason the right shoulder is quite far forward is simply because Bear wants to land the right hand. And it's got less distance to travel the further the shoulder is forward. And of course, look at Joe Louis, just closes down the gap with the minimum of effort. And then of course unloads with both hands. Supreme fighting machine. You may remember that Max Baer won the title with a 10th round stoppage of Max Schmeling, and then lost at his first defence to Jim Braddock. So there's a cracking finish to round 2. Into round 3 we go. So Joe Louis comes out of the corner, goes over virtually to the Bear corner, gets on with his work. As you can see now, all the height advantages that Max Baer may have had is nullifying by crouching down like this. Joe Louis really was an excellent technician, but he did have a reputation as well as being a dirty fighter. Not known for him to put the heel of his glove up to the nose of his opponent, rub the heel of the glove inside their face. Good right hand there for Louis. Maxi Baer now not having a great deal of success in round 3. Louis once again being able to pick him off at long range. Of course, the damaging punches come into play on the inside. Louis, absolute calmness personified here. Oh, Baer once again under an onslaught of punches. And he's gone down now from a right to the chin. Slow motion fall there from Maxi Baer. We are in round 3. Well, Baer does beat the count. And Louis once again back on the attack here. Thumping left hooks. And a crunching left hook there. With Baer on the floor again. Terrific stuff. So a bit of replay here then, slow motion replay, Maxi Baer under severe pressure here from Joe Louis' left hook particularly, right over the top, landed awkwardly. That one didn't. So the first visit to the canvas then for Max Baer. So Baer gamely rises to beat the referee's count, but only to find Joe Louis in a very aggressive mood. He tore in to Baer, unloaded the left hook, 3, 4, 5 of them on target. And when they land, they crunch against the target. 3 there in a row. Beyer on the floor again. $88,150 people in attendance here at the Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Massive crowd. Well, the bell did say Beyer there at the end of the round. Out we come then for round 4. Beyer on the floor twice in the 3rd round. The first time from a right hand, the second time from 3 tremendous left hooks. So Maxi Beyer then trying to protect that chin of his. So Louis, as you can see, with a pretty low slung left hand of his own. Very, very quick to capitalise on any opening. And again, such economy from Joe Louis here. And once again, terrific shots here from Louis. Joe Louis the kind of guy, if you're in range, he'll hit you, and it won't just be once. He loves to feel the weight of his hands on his opponent. Nothing Beyer could do to get out of the way of these very, very damaging punches. Hard to know, of course, what Louis' best punch is, the left hook or the right cross, because he's equally good in both departments. Good defensively as well. Again, that left hand smacking into the face of Max Beyer. Ooh, he really threw that one with venom. Well, Maxi Beyer takes a big right hand again, and he's gone over this time. Well, the big question here, will he beat the count? The count at 7-8. It's all over, it's all over. So Maxi Beyer then beaten in the 4th round. Let's watch that again. Joe Louis' right hand, an absolute corker. Well, Beyer faltered there, took a left hook to help him on his way down. Outstretched his left arm as if to try and keep Louis off him, but the referee picks up the count.